Hello and welcome to another brand new episode of Generation. Today we are going to meet up with a successful Mongolian contortionist. Her name is Oyun-Erdene Senge. She's been working for Cirque du Soleil, one of the world's most famous circuses, for more than 15 years.
Hi guys, my name is Oyun-Erdene Senge and I'm a contortionist at Cirque du Soleil. Thank you for watching Generation, and so let me take you guys on a day with me as I'm on vacation right now here in my hometown in UB.
This morning we find Oyun-Erdene at Potala coffee shop in the center of Ulaanbaatar. She arrived in Ulaanbaatar a few days ago. Please tell us about your morning routine.
Usually my typical day at work during working days would be either having breakfast somewhere. Usually it's a coffee shop. Then I have breakfast and then I go to site where the circus is, and then I usually train, and then I have few sometimes things I have to do, prepare for the show, and sometimes things that I need to train to work on, and every day the show can be also changing as well, so depending on the day. Usually I get my schedule on Sunday and I will have my weekly plan, so I would have the whole week planned, so then I know exactly what to do. During the week we have more time during the day to train and to work on things to make the show better, and then on the weekends it's a really heavy schedule of shows, 3 shows Saturdays sometimes and 2 on Sunday, 2 Fridays. It's a quite busy schedule usually. But right now I'm on vacation at home, so it's nice to be here, and I still like going to a coffee shop and getting some tea and something to eat to start my day. But after that it's kind of free to do whatever I want to do on that day, so it's nice to not have a schedule right now. Yeah.
At only 6 years old, Oyuna joined the Mongolian State Circus Contortion School to become a professional performer. Every morning, she trained for 4 hours in flexibility, handstands, contortion tricks, and movement before running to elementary school for her afternoon classes. After learning the basics for 2 years, Oyuna was paired with another contortionist her age to create an act for competition at international circus festivals. Can you tell us about your family? What kind of child were you?
Yeah, when it's a very interesting story how I started contortion school, because when I was 6 years old, my mom died, so I lost my mom, and my aunt at the time actually remembered having this conversation with my aunt saying I would like her to do contortion, maybe try this contortion school, and my teacher is a very, very famous contortionist in Mongolia. Her name is Noro Sambo. So then my aunt, after a month my mom passed away, she said she remembered this, and she was like, okay, maybe it's her last wish, we need to bring her to the school and at least try an audition. So then at the time I didn't know what exactly was contortion too much. I mean, I've seen on TV, and I do maybe a little bit just moving around at home and playing around, but I auditioned, and then they said, okay, 3 months trial. So we did 3 months, and after that I think had potential and learning fast. So my teacher was like, okay, we'll take her and let's start. So then from 6 years old, I started learning professionally and going to school every day. We started, of course, you start with less hours, you started with 1 hour, and then it progressed to 2, 3, 4, almost 5 hours sometimes. So I did contortion school for 5 years. Yeah, so I think those days are really quite memorable, and I remember a lot of fun things happening and learning, and it was very fun and challenging times as well. In general, I think I was overall kind of a quieter kid, but I was also very excited and happy, especially when I was doing things I like, which was contortion. So at the contortion school I was really motivated and happy and learning a lot, and playing also was fun to play with my friends, but overall I was a bit more quieter child, I think. Yeah.
How long have you lived abroad?
I lived, when I was 10 years old, Cirque du Soleil casting came to Mongolia to audition contortionists and other artists and acrobatics. So then I auditioned, but at the time I didn't know what Cirque du Soleil was. I didn't know it was the very big circus. And then they were like, okay, we chose you girls for this production called Alegria. Do you guys want to join? So then they told us, our family, what the conditions, everything, and our family is okay, it looks like a great circus, they will have school and everything. So when I was 11 years old, I went first time to Canada to start my journey with Cirque du Soleil.
In 2003, Cirque du Soleil casting scouts visited the Mongolian State Circus to audition contortionists for Alegria. After watching different duets, they selected 10-year-old Oyuna and her partner. In August 2004, Oyuna left Mongolia to join the cast of Alegria, an adventure that would change her life forever. Since then, she has performed in over 50 countries on big top and arena tours. What was the most challenging thing about living abroad?
I think the most challenging part would be growing, I think, as a growing up working child, I think, because you're in this very professional environment and you're working, but at the same time you're a kid, you know, and you want to play and you want to, so I think finding that balance sometimes is hard. And also as a child you're growing, you're learning, you're becoming your own person, and plus being in a professional environment, all your colleagues are adults, and you're the only child. So I mean, I was with my partner Ulziboyan, and so at least we had each other, but still I think that is the most probably challenging part. But at the same time, we were very well surrounded, we had schools, and so it was a very busy time. So I think that was probably the most challenging, childhood.
Since the age of 11, she has been captivating Cirque du Soleil audiences around the world. She has been part of 4 touring productions, such as Alegria, Totem, and Alegria in a New Light. She is fluent in Mongolian and English, understands French, and has a bachelor's degree in linguistics. She is married to a man she works with. Can you introduce us to your husband?
This is my husband, Francis Jalbert. He's the senior publicist for Cirque du Soleil. And so we're very lucky because we get to work together and on a production called Alegria, the current show I'm on right now. So now we're here in Mongolia after 4 years. The last time we came here 4 years ago in 2018, and because of the pandemic we couldn't come, so we're really excited to come back home and just hang out with my family. Also, the last time he was here, we did such a short trip. It was only 1 week, so it was very like go, 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 and it was his first time in Mongolia, and now we're here for a whole month, so it's nice that he can come and explore. We can go visit a lot of nice places and go around Ubi and go also to the countryside and also just get to know my family more, so we're really excited. And we like to usually start our morning at a coffee shop. Yeah.
And what I've been doing with Cirque du Soleil since I'm about 20 years old, I work in media relations, public relations. So my job is basically to make these guys shine, to make sure that we attract people to come watch the show. So we travel about to 5 to 6 cities per year. So I work on different marketing and PR campaigns in every city to get as many people as possible to buy tickets, come experience the magic of Cirque du Soleil. And really, I feel it's an amazing job because the product that I'm promoting is amazing human beings pushing forward the limits of their bodies, and we make people dream for 2 hours and a half. So it's a very good position that I'm in, and it's a very fun work to do. And I'm very excited now to be in Mongolia. It's my second time coming to Mongolia, and really happy to be featured today on Generation.
You got married before?
Yeah, we just got married before pandemic, so which was actually really nice because when the pandemic happened, we could be together, at least travel together because we were a married couple.
Today's morning coffee is finished. She was interested in Patala coffee shop's interior design. Her next destination is the gym, where she is going to get some exercise. Let's go together and see some of her performance preparations.
All right, guys, so my next stop is the gym. So even if I'm on vacation, I still need to train and stay in shape. And also it's just my body is used to moving as well. So it's fun to move my body, and I'll show you a little bit of my training. Yeah.
At 28 years old, Oyuna is very touched to be back as a soloist for Alegria's new chapter. For the first time in her long career, she is taking on a new challenge by performing her contortion act on top of 4 hand balancing canes, metal sticks topped with a wooden handstand block. Oyuna is also excited to be touring for Alegria with her husband, a Canadian tour publicist for Cirque du Soleil, who she met on tour in Australia. She is now permanent resident of Canada, the first foreign country she ever traveled to when joining Cirque du Soleil back in 2004. What responsibilities do you have as a Cirque du Soleil contortionist?
Yeah, for Cirque du Soleil, I'm a full-time employee, so means I work all year around, and I started when I was 11 years old, and now it's been 18 years, and I've did 4 productions with Cirque du Soleil, so it means 4 different shows. So as an artist, the responsibility is to obviously do a really good job and to perform the best you can every performance, and we have 8 to 10 performances a week, so it's quite demanding on the body, also mentally too, because sometimes, you know, some days you're tired, you're feeling a bit down, but you gotta push yourself, and because the audience come only once, so you have to perform it if it's like your first time every time, kind of. So it's a quite like demanding on the body and the mentality as well, so you just have to quite always be prepared and stay strong, but at the same time we are in the environment, so it makes it easy for us to do a good job. We have physiotherapists, we have a lot of support, and so we're able to, you know, take care of our bodies, and they can advise us what to do and stuff, maintain healthy. And also, because we're there full year round, it's like working for a normal company. So you also not only be a good artist, but you also have to be a good employee as well. Because if you want to keep working and keep your reputation in the company, then you gotta, you know, be a good employee, and you gotta be nice to the people around you. And so it's kind of like working in a normal environment where, like, sometimes other like circus artists, you know, when they have smaller projects or they have different timelines, so they would do like, you know, 2 months and then you finish and you never see these people. For us, we're living together, we're working together. So I guess managing your work and life balance is kind of the challenge. But you know, when you, I think, join as a new artist, it takes a lot of, actually almost a year to fully understand what are the shows, what is Cirque du Soleil, how does the company work, what do I have to do to maintain healthy but also balance and have fun as well. So to find that balance, it takes a bit of time, but for me, because I started so young, I think it became very natural for me. So I learned to, at a very young age, how to balance work and life at the same time, and be professional but also have fun and travel and enjoy my work, because it's a full year and you're doing a lot of shows, so you're spending almost 24/7 with your colleagues. Yeah, and so they become also your friends and family as well.
Oyun-Erdene was a very hard-working student and very interested in contortion. She said that it wasn't hard to learn contortion skills as a child, but other students used to cry a lot. Learning contortion is very hard and can even be painful. About how many countries have you traveled for performances? Can you share one of the most memorable moments from your travels?
So far, I think I've done about 5,000 performances. It's my 18th year with Cirque du Soleil. I've been to about 55 countries, and I think close to 220-30 cities around the world with 5,000 performances.
Cirque du Soleil was officially founded in 1984, thanks to financial support from the Quebec government during the 45th anniversary celebrations of Jacques Cartier's arrival in Canada. Guy Lalibert was Cirque du Soleil's president until 2015. Cirque du Soleil's artistic concept was developed around dramatized circus and street theater techniques, colorful, zany costumes, lighting effects, and original music added to acrobatic and technological feats, all contributing to creating worlds of poetry and mystery. Cirque du Soleil is further distinguished from the traditional circus by the absence of animals.
So this is my 4th production with Cirque du Soleil. So right now, currently I'm on Alegria show. And in this show, my character is an angel. So it's more like poetic, more feminine. I do contortion more my style of choreography is more contemporary compared to more traditional style, but I adapt to every show I go to. So right now it's more, I'm an angel, so it's a lot of like walking, standing, dancing around, moving, and then doing hand balancing and contortion at the same time. So the pace is more slower, but very like feminine, flowy, fun. The previous production I was on was Torem, and it was a completely different act. So the act was really like fun, and I was a sea creature, so I'm moving very fast, dynamic, and the movements are sharp and more floor contortion. So it, like, let's say if you compare, it's a completely different style. So, but I approach contortion in contemporary like way in general for my choreography, in terms of choreography. But every show is different, so that's the fun part. I think moving and doing more shows is that every show you get to have a new character, new theme, and you can really play and grow in that character as well. And I think also that's the fun part, is like if you just do 1-2 performances, like you can do a good job and it's done. But as an artist, when we're working and doing many shows, you have the opportunity to really grow into this character and really like observe and melt, like make it your own, as well as it fitted to the show. So that's why I like to stay a couple years in the show, because I can really develop my own character.
Today's workout is finished. After a long day, it's finally time to head to the Mongolian circus. Many people have a favorite way to relax after a long, stressful day. Oyun wants to go to the Mongolian circus. Let's join her to revisit some childhood memories.
For me, this is a very nostalgic walk, because as a kid, I was walking here to get to the circus every day, which I was training about 3-4 hours a day. So this would be my walk every day in the morning. I would take a bus at 7 o'clock a.m. in the morning and come here, train at the State Circus School. And it was a really fun and long day for me, because I would start from 7 and mostly come back home at 7 p.m. Would do about in the morning contortion school for like 3-4 hours, and then I would do like a normal school. And then my normal school was actually the 31st school, so right in front of the circus, so it was really convenient. So as a contortionist, like because circus has developed a lot in Mongolia, and when I was seeing a lot of the contortion sisters, they're traveling around. So I think as a kid, like I didn't have very like specific plans, but I knew that I will probably travel one day. I just didn't think it will come that soon. So it was really cool that at 11 I started my journey with Cirque du Soleil and started traveling and performing around the world. So it's really, I think that was kind of the dream, but I didn't know when it would happen. And it happened at an early age. So I feel really grateful to have experienced all the memories and experiences and challenges I went through.
Thank you, Oyun-Erdene, for sharing your day with us. What advice would you like to give to the younger generation?
So I think the advice I want to give to the young generation is that to find something you love and find your passion, and that it can take time, don't worry. But I think, by putting that first step of, okay, maybe I'll try this, see if I like it, I think that is the main step. And so, you'll have challenges, you'll have fun stuff, difficult things, but I think just never give up, keep going, and life is beautiful. And there's down times, there's moments that are very high and adrenaline too. So I think just really keep going and doing what you love, and I hope you can find your passion. And I think when you do something you love, it doesn't really feel like work, and you continue in this journey. And I think just I think being brave enough to do something that you want to do, that will take you on a whole new journey, open you so many doors, and will get you to places that you didn't even think that was possible. And also just stay mindful, stay curious, stay happy. And I think curiosity and being open-minded as well brings you a lot of resources. Learn from your surroundings as well. And I hope you can go on your own journey and be happy.
Today we had the chance to meet a successful contortionist working abroad. Our guest taught us how important it is to be patient and never give up. Thank you for being with us.